Aries, hello. Welcome to your full moon reading. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and we're doing some readings for the full moon on October 13th in Aries. So it's your energy. It's going to be dominating the scene for a couple of weeks, Aries. We have a chance here for some challenges in relationship, right? Some testing of relationships. Wow, the flame is really liking your energy. Doesn't usually go up that high. So Aries energy is going to be flooding in here. It's going to make it more likely that we have some ego clashes going on, that the relationships we're in, personal and professional, are tested in ways they aren't normally. And there is some opportunity, possibility of some very powerful energies bringing change, big endings, big beginnings, clashes over finances in our relationships, possible power struggles, control issues. And we need to learn to go with the flow on these things, on these big changes, as much as we can, because I am not an astrologer, but from the videos I've been watching, it sounds like Jupiter is in a trine position, and with whom I can't actually say, maybe the moon, I don't know. But the important point, Aries, is that if we can ride these waves and accept these big changes, we're looking at a situation where we have an opportunity to grow significantly, to have a lot of gifts at the end of this process. So we're going to be asking Spirit to give us a little guidance. This is for Sun, Moon, and Rising placement Aries, and it is a general reading, so it will not pertain to all of you. You may find something of value. If you do, I am very pleased. If it's not resonating for you, if it doesn't seem like it's your life, if it doesn't really fit, don't force it, okay? Just accept that it's not your reading. Don't try to make it your drama if it's not your drama. And who knows, maybe it won't be drama. It's your full moon after all, Aries. You might feel quite comfortable in this, and you might only see the upside, which is the chance to grow and to win big in the changes that are coming. So let's look for 3 questions. We're going to do 3 cards on each question. Where is Aries holding on too tight? Where is Aries' ego overinvested? And how can Aries improve relationships? What is in your control with regard to improving your relationships this full moon? All right, Aries, we have the first 3. Those cards look very familiar. I think they came up for someone, and I've forgotten who now. All right, let's see what we have here. Spirit, we need some more cards for Aries, please. Yeah, there's a lot of overlap here with someone's reading, and I've forgotten now. Aquarius, maybe. 3 more cards. Oh, that's 4. The 4th one, we'll put that there just as a kind of an afterthought. We're using the Bad Girl Tarot from Katie Skelly. I will put a link in the notes in case you're interested in buying that deck from her site. We will do 1 oracle card from the fortune cookies, and that will be just a general last note around the question of how best we can weather this relationship testing time. Sorry, there's a bit of glare here on the cards, but let's take a look. First question, where is Aries holding too tight? Holding on too tight, trying to control too much. We have the 3 of Cups in reverse. This is speaking to a situation where in your community, in your group of friends, your work cohort, you are sensing a lack of support here. You feel like there are some blockages between you and your group. You feel like maybe someone's gossiping about you. It's making you feel a little isolated right now, Aries, from your social crew. The Magician is coming in next, and this is the power of manifestation. It speaks to situations where you have the ability to create, or you're working on your skills of creating the life you want. It can also speak to your intuition, whispering to you about exciting new possibilities. There's an element of desire here, and with that, sort of the hint of willpower, right? Where your life is what you create it to be through sheer will, essentially, Aries. We have then the Seven of Wands, and this is a resilient energy where you are persevering. You may be feeling like you have to defend something. That's a possibility. There may be a sense that you're in battle and you're defending the hill alone, that there are others around you that could be helping you, but they've sort of left it all on you. Sorry, I'm trying to focus. It's all of a sudden not focusing that great. So the Seven of Wands. So you might be feeling like you're doing all the work here. It's your sheer willpower that's manifesting the result, and you're not getting the support from your team that you normally would. You're fighting the battles all alone while they stand around and don't do anything. And the sense I get here, Aries, is that you're holding too tightly to the notion that you are being abandoned by your people. That'll speak to some of you, that you'll get the sense that you are not getting the support you need. And the more you focus on that belief that you're being abandoned by that crew of people that you rely on, the more irritated you're going to feel, the more standoffish and isolated you're going to feel, and they're going to sense that, and then it becomes this sort of self-fulfilling prophecy. So the caution here from Spirit would be, don't hold on so tightly to this martyr story that you may be telling yourself. Yes, your willpower is absolutely important, and yes, it is important that sometimes you are ready and willing to fight the battle alone. But if you feel like your crew has abandoned you and that they're gossiping behind your back instead of actually contributing, talk to them about it. Use your communication skills, but during this full moon, do it with caution, okay? Because people are going to be butting heads. Egos are running high, and this group of people matters to you. Whether they only matter to you because you're all working toward the same goal, or they matter to you because they're dear friends, you don't want to alienate them. And right now, everyone's in this very Mars-focused, aggressive, strong-headed, impulsive, fiery Aries energy. And you're used to it, but most people aren't, because they're not Aries, right? It makes them not so good at communicating. It makes them hot-headed, okay? And they don't know how to handle that feeling, those strong feelings that you're used to feeling. So they don't have the skill with managing conversation in that state like you do, and you don't want to lose them, okay? You don't. I know you right now, you might be disagreeing with me, but you don't. Trust me. So try during this time to communicate directly and calmly with the people that you feel have abandoned you, and see if that helps. Our second question is, where does Aries have an issue with overinvesting their ego? So where is your ego overinvested? We have the Queen, sorry, not the Queen, the King King of Swords energy coming out first. I love the art in these cards, by the way. The King of Swords is very head over heart, right? Very analytical, super sharp mind, disciplined, very much focused on the truth. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles coming in. And this energy is around financial security, maybe could be about emphasis on the importance of pleasure in life. It's not, the pentacles are very earthy, and the king is this very analytical air kind of energy. So earth and air there. And then the Four of Cups comes in, bringing an emotional element to this, where there are excuse me, there are options, there are offers here for you, but you're just kind of in your own zone, and you're a little bit disconnected from the space around you. You're not really picking up what people are putting down. You're not paying attention to subtle cues in your environment. You're in a space of contemplation. You're kind of thinking about your options, and in considering your options, you may completely miss the fact that there's a new one on the scene. So what does all of this mean with regard to where you may have overinvested your ego? You may be very, you may be seeing yourself as an authority of some sort, and that you are beyond learning new things. I know this is the sort of the intuitive part of it. It's not something that necessarily everyone would see in this set of cards, but I see someone who's very analytical, very shrewd financially, and feels like they have so many options they don't even need to pay attention to new potential options. Like, you've got it all figured out. You are in charge. You know what's right. You know what's best. And that might be some of the energy that's alienating the folks around you a little bit. You need to be always learning. You need to always feel like there's something of value in each situation, that every person you interact with is of value. No one is less than you. And I'm not trying to call you out here, Aries, but you might be sensing that, you're just at a level where you have such experience that what, somebody your junior thinks really doesn't matter much to you. That's ego. That's complete overinvestment in your ego. That's looking at the trappings of your experience and your possessions and seeing yourself as above other people, and that's never good, right? It's never reality. And so wherever you can during this full moon time, question your assumptions, you'll be much better off, I think. Our third question for Spirit here, Aries: how can Aries improve their relationships during this time? What is in your power to do? We have the Three of Pentacles coming out first. It's quite a nice, mysterious card. I wish it would focus better. I don't know what happened, but I've lost my focus. I know. If you watch these videos regularly, you know I struggle with this. I'm still working out the wiring on the new camera, but once I get that fixed, it's going to be like magic. Everything's going to be smooth like butter, I swear. Alright, so what's our Three of Pentacles energy saying here? Generally, it's about teamwork, collaboration, building something with others. And it can also speak to a time of early success in your endeavors. The Six of Cups is a lovely energy, and that can speak to having enough to share, feeling a connection with others, feeling this sort of this generosity of spirit. So with the Six of Pentacles, we talk about having enough to be generous financially, but with the Six of Cups, to me, always feels, some people will say it's childhood memories. I'm not saying they're wrong, but to me, it feels like it's having enough assurance and confidence in yourself to be able to be open and share of yourself emotionally, to feel close to other people, and to understand that through healing your past, you're able to step into a future where you can help others do the same. The Seven of Cups reversed is what's coming up next for you. Let me show it to you in the upright so you can see the art. Oh, come on. See, there's all these options. It's nice imagery. The Seven of Cups upright talks about you know you have options and you need to consider which path to take. But when it's reversed, it's bringing an energy more of feeling confused. Maybe you feel like you're much more inclined to indulge in a diversion than to deal with real substantial matters. So what do we have here? We have this collaboration. We have, emotional connections that allow you to heal, or you're healed to a point where you can help others heal. But you're diverting yourself somehow from that. You're choosing confusion as opposed to kind of a clear communication. You may be feeling like you don't have much purpose right now. You may be feeling a little bit lacking in purpose. So how could you improve your relationships? Where do you have power in this scenario to improve your relationships? Well, you could choose to step out of that confusion and lack of purpose and find a way to regain it. Because if you had a sense of clear purpose, then you could direct this openness, this supportive, loving, connecting energy into collaboration with someone and really improve whatever connection that is, whether it's a personal relationship or even a professional one. So I think the message from Spirit here for you, Aries, is to try to spend some time during this full moon understanding why you are confused, why you aren't willing to do the work necessary to sort out what your purpose might be. We did have this additional card that flew out when we were looking for 9, but we got 10. And that's the Four of Wands reversed. And that's bringing in this kind of sense of lack of support, right? It's sort of echoing the feeling up here that your team's not getting your back, that they're leaving all the work for you. So what do we have here, Aries? I think you're looking at a full moon that should be fairly comfortable for you because it's in your sign, but it's still going to be pushing buttons for you just like everyone else, and you're certainly going to have other people in your life that aren't Aries, that aren't used to being in such a strong emotional place. There may be some challenges with communications. If you can get past this sort of earned feeling that no one can teach you anything anymore, then you might find yourself in a place where you could really do some work on understanding your purpose and tapping into this wonderful, emotionally generous place where you can collaborate with others. Let's take a look here, just as a general guide with regard to weathering this full moon period. Let's see if we have some guidance from Spirit for Aries. We have two. I was just going to take one, but we got two jumping at the same time. We have opportunities and we have romance. Sorry, there's a lot of glare. Opportunities. An important offer will be made. Be prepared and dressed to impress. Romance. Love is set to sizzle. The chance for romance is high for those seeking a connection. I didn't really see this as a love read, but it could be that this is, tangential, that it is just an additional thing you can look forward to during the last couple weeks of October after the full moon. With the opportunities, be prepared. I think that how you prepare yourself is really resolving whatever challenge this is on the first row here with your team and your communication with those other people working in tandem, helping yourself by figuring out a little bit around your direction and purpose so that you can collaborate more fully with others. Thank you for sharing this time with me. It's an honor to read for you. I really do appreciate all of you that have subscribed. And if you find something here that does resonate, I'd love to have your feedback. There's an email address in the notes below. And there also is, I think, the chance for you to comment on the video directly if you prefer. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. We'd love to have you be part of our crew. And yeah, if you think there is another Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising in your life that might find value in this reading, please feel free to share. I hope you have a fantastic full moon, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, Aries.